Good morning.
Good morning.
I am here to talk to you guys about money, about giving to the Capital Fund. As you all know, we started a campaign a couple of months ago, I guess, with the goal of raising 350,000, I can't remember what we said, by April. And a few things have changed. We haven't made $350,000 yet. That's one change, but we will continue to raise money. This is what has happened. The seller of the property, the owner of the property, who has been like a Dharma king to us, not to say saint, he has been so good and so generous to Heartwood for many years. And he has now done a lot of stuff. And I can go into the details if you want to hear them about the figure I'm about to give you. But he has reduced the price. He's made a generous donation of his own. And to cut straight to the chase, we need to close by the end of January in order to meet Mike Irwin, the owner's goals. And we can do that if we raise $55,000 more. That's not so bad, y'all. I mean, we can do that, but I really need, Panyawati really needs, Heartwood really needs the support of the Sangha. And I know we don't have a lot of money, you know, we're not rich people. But what I did with not great results so far, but I still suggest that you do it, is I wrote to my friends who had money, and said, you know, maybe you're not Buddhist. I know you got a lot of people touching on you for money, but if you could do this for me, ours is a good cause too. I'm trying to get, I don't think am I in that screen? Okay. So, we really need your help. I know all of you have already been extremely generous to Heartwood, okay, including in this capital campaign. So I'm not really saying reach deeper in your pocketbook. I'm asking that you think of maybe some other ways that you could help us raise money from other people. I think Busita's going to sell a camper trailer that her parents gave her. And, you know, that's probably not going to be $50,000, but it'll be a few thousand, you know. Just things like that. Whatever you can think of. I guess what I'm mostly suggesting is go to your friends. I know we don't have a lot of money, you know, ourselves, but maybe you know people who do and who would help us out. The other thing I wanted to say, and Venerable said this morning, tell them if they were waiting until the last minute, it's the last minute. So she is feeling better, and I'm sure Soma's gonna talk to you more about Venerable. But if there is anything that you guys can think of to help us, you, and I'm talking to the online people too, you're what we've got. And we would truly appreciate your generosity. Have you guys been to the Heartwood Mandala website, the new website? Check out the general campaign page. That Boo
The
and
capital campaign page?
Capital, what did I say?
You said general.
Campaign? Not that one.
It's the second tab. It says capital campaign.
Check the Capital Fund campaign. There are some good quotes on there from Venerable. There is a history of hers and Panyadipa's work. There's a lot of good stuff on there, and some teachings. Give it a look. You can forward a link to that page to these people that I'm talking about that maybe you can help us hit up. If you got any more ideas, we're wide open. This is going to be what we are focusing on here in the monastery for the next 2 weeks because it's vital. We are down to the lick log, to the last minute. Anything you want to add? I didn't prepare very well for this. Did I leave anything out?
No, there's just through the campaign platform, there's a way that you can set up fundraising circles of your own. So you can use the platform that we have to like create a circle and with a goal. Like we want for these 5 people that I'm gonna invite to my fundraising circle, our goal is to raise $5,000, and just get whatever, or $2,000 and get, multiple people to donate a certain amount. It's just set up to make it easier for you, so
Yeah.
that's a resource.
We will help you with that. We're thinking about setting up yes, Dina.
I don't know if anyone else does this, but Dave and I stopped giving gifts to each other multiple years ago, and if anyone else's family does that, what I always say to my dad is like, please, in honor of my birthday, in honor of Hanukkah, in honor of whatever, make a donation to this, and if anybody else does that and wants to say, my birthday, please, pay it now, and I will have gratitude on my
Great
birthday
idea.
letter, but if other people do something like that, just give me my birthday present now.
Great idea. What's coming up in January? Martin Luther King Day. Anything like that. Your birthday.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's
February.
Day. Just get it before.
And Lauren shares that for anyone who's employed, that their company may match their donation.
That's right. That
And
is-
then there's also a way to donate money if someone's at the age where they need to begin to take withdrawals from, and so that can be set up where it automatically gets donated and taken off of the total amount that is being withdrawn.
There you go.
But sometimes there's a lot of money that we really don't want to withdraw but have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's all I wanted to say. Any questions or comments?
It's only $1,000 for 50 people.
Yeah.
55.
55 people. Okay. All right. Well, Blue Circle will be the 5. Yeah. Yes, Nancy.
I think one of the things that has been the great benefit of this practice with you all and under Venerable is that I used to have a gremlin of scarcity. And it wasn't true, it was a delusion. I have had $5 in my account before and lived on peanut butter and that kind of thing. But I was happy and didn't feel scarcity. And once I realized it's really a delusion and became more generous, it seemed like things just filled back up. And I think it's the practice of generosity that has been such a blessing. Thank you.
It is the first Pyramida. Okay. Thank y'all very much.
Thanks, Reba.
There's notes here from Venerable, but not for today. It was probably months ago.
beings have appeared. The evidence is all around. Buddha's Bodhisattva's here. The atmosphere is changing now. Pure land beings have appeared. The evidence is all around. Buddha's Bodhisattva's here. Overflow in this place. Fill our hearts with your love. Wisdom surrounds us. You're the reason we came to encounter your grace. Your power surrounds us. We're the reason you came. Grant your blessings, your name. Bestow your mercy. The power of your great vow can empower us now. Bestow your mercy. Great holy beings, fall fresh on us. We need your presence. Your kingdom come, your will be done, here as in heaven. Your light surrounds us. 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 Your light surrounds us.
Recite with me the refuge. To the Buddha I return and rely, vowing that all living beings profoundly understand the great way and bring forth the Bodhi mind. To the Dharma I return and rely, vowing that all living beings deeply enter the sutra and have wisdom like the sea. To the Sangha I return and rely, vowing that all living beings apply love and compassion to all. All conditional phenomena are like a dream, an illusion, a bubble, a shadow, morning dew, or a flash of lightning. All sentient beings will definitely die. All inanimate things will definitely perish. This principle also applies to my body, which is composed of the 4 great elements. I will be separated from my family and friends one day. Time is pushing my age forward. Early youth is followed by the robust years of life, which is followed by old age, which is followed by death. Sounds or flowing water never return after they are gone. The thoughts and words at this very moment have already become impermanent. I will come closer and closer to death. Death has no set time to it. I could go to the next world at any moment simply because my breathing stops. I can take no worldly possessions whatsoever with me to the next world. These principles apply to my very own body. Change can happen quickly, even when we're anticipating change. Even when we know that in our minds, and then change happens. And often we're shocked. Really? Already? Now? Now? Even in these last years, months, weeks, days, I've personally engaged with not knowing. I've engaged with Venerable around discussing end of life. I gave a retreat on aging, illness, and death. Many of you were there. We read about it. We talk about it. I've been through many appointments with Venerable, procedures, hospitalizations, travel, watching her go through day after day in her body. And in many cases, it's been staying in the moment. I've been with her through great health, great well-being, and I've been with her as she's progressed into ill health. There's been moments when I thought, this is it. And then she comes through with, not yet. But isn't that what this is all about? We think we know, and then we get the not yet. We think we have it, and then it's not yet. We think we know, and it's not yet. And that's when we get into our suffering. Our fears, our emotions. Not that they're bad. It's just what we do with them. So Sunday morning, I got a call from Venerable, as most of you I've talked with along the way, and I was like, she was going to be here in this chair. This was 11 o'clock. And it was sort of like, Venerable? And she said, I can't breathe. And she could hardly talk. And I jumped in the car, I talked to the monks and Reba and said, I gotta go. I'm not sure what's going on. You guys, it's now 45 minutes till go time here. And I trusted with all my heart that all of you, and especially my sisters, could step in. That's what we're all about. Any one of us can sit here. You've done it in your lives throughout your lifetime. The only thing that gets in the way is, I don't know enough, I don't know how, I don't like public speaking, whatever it is. So she's at the Hermitage and I drive in and I walked through the door and Kay is there and I walk into her room and it was like, this is very different. This is very different. And I wasn't panicked, I was just noticing. As I've talked about over many, many months, there was a threshold moment. And in those threshold moments, you don't bust in, you walk in and take it in. And then I sat with her and she thought, she was really not in her body at that point, fully. And she said, I think this is it, Soma, I think. But she didn't say it that clearly. I said, okay. I sat down. But I thought, well, we've been talking about this. She's been talking about it. Here we are. But, it kept being, not yet, not yet, not yet. And yet, here we are. Now, what we know about Venerable, who's not here in this chair today, who's at the Hermitage, she's resting. She told me, I talked with her yesterday briefly, and she said, I really need to collect myself right now. I need to be with what's taken place primarily in the last 6 days. It was 5 days at the time. And I really want to do this quietly with myself. So as most of you know, she's not receiving people right now, so she can do that work. And she thought maybe at some point when she gets recalibrated to where she's at now, there might be a time when people can come individually for a short amount of time. She gets tired very quickly. And the other night she slept from right after she was done talking with you straight through till 2 o'clock the next day. So, and I talked with her doctor on Monday evening, and he ordered hospice. He said we're looking at palliative care, but he felt that we were in a different place now, and so we're looking to hopefully in the next few days get hospice to come in and just evaluate. We may not need all of their services right now, or we might. So when I was in Zen, it was the 3 tenets of not knowing. And here we are. The first one was not knowing. The second one was bearing witness. And the third one was active. being actively engaged in whatever we're given, whatever's in front of us. And when I first learned those, they were like, oh, that means a lot to me. And it has been one of my North Stars. Not knowing, bearing witness, and taking action when it's needed. She is experiencing her body, mind, and heart in a different way than we probably none of us know yet, until we get there. She's moving forward in her journey. And as she shared with us through retreats, Dharma talks, car talks, individual time, her greatest wish is that we continue to grow. That we continue to grow. And she said to me the other day, I have the greatest faith and confidence that everyone is ready to step in where they are. And seize the focus. Seize the focus. So I start with that. I've talked with a lot of people near and far because I felt like I didn't want to send texts or emails. Some of you were here on Sunday, and so you were able to receive some of this information. But from this point on, just for updates, I'll probably do that through text or emails. So her greatest wish is that we continue to cultivate. As she says, it's not enough just to have knowledge. We need knowledge. But the true value of the Dharma is walking it out. Starting here. And then giving. Giving to others. And not just living beings of the human order, but all beings. So it's been kind of a busy few weeks from the time that she got her stent, which if some of you didn't know, she got a stent now almost 3 weeks ago, and to now. So I've written out scratching since last night, and I'm probably going to reference it more than I might. So I hope you'll accept that. So I'm going to be teaching the Buddha's words that he encouraged his disciples to return again and again and again. Okay, not just occasionally, not only in times of crisis, but daily. These words that I'm going to share are from the Upajjhatthana Sutta. Many of these words you already know, but I might say perhaps not really being with them. And now's the time I would encourage you to truly be with these words. That is the 5 remembrances. The 5 remembrances. Now, if you were at the retreat, you got little cards. And if you say to yourself, oh, I don't even know where they are, or I haven't really been with them, that was 2 years ago, now's the time. The 5 remembrances in Buddhism are a core reflection on impermanence in self, reminding us all that we are subject to aging, illness, and death, that all loved ones and possessions will change and separate, and that our actions, and we've heard Venerable say this so much, our actions determine our future. What we think we're inclined to follow. These are contemplative practices. That means you don't just read them, put them down, and get on with your day. It's an opportunity to be contemplative with all five. Maybe one for a day, one for a week. The sutta fosters appreciation for life, reduces grasping, and encourages living authentically and ethically by highlighting the actions we create in our own reality. What does that mean? Well, what we think and concentrate on is what we'll do. So how does that look for you? If you reflect, as we should, every day and throughout the day, how does that show up for me? These contemplations are meant to be recited. They're intended to be memorized, and not just to whip them off, but to really be with them, so that at any moment you can be with them and you can recite them and you can listen to yourself. These are things you can say every day, throughout the day. Maybe the first thing in the morning, the last thing at night. Maybe it's on your bathroom mirror. Maybe it's at your door, so it's the last thing you see before you go out the door. Because we are in a busy life with lots of noise, and these are such good remembrances. Help us remember by putting them maybe in the car. And then perhaps when someone's riding with you, they'll see it and they'll wonder about that. It's a touchstone, a constant reminder to yourself that you are of the nature to grow old, that there's no way around aging. There's no way around sickness, and there's no way around death. The Buddha said these are reflections to be cultivated by all of us, not just monastics, not just people that come to Dharma, all people. They are something that when held lightly, held wisely, they can bring clarity, humility, and compassion, and deepen our commitment to practice. In the Buddhist path, wisdom does not arise from abstract thinking alone. It's not about what you can speak to. It's about how you are. So most of our suffering does come from these realities themselves, but from resistance to them. The 5 remembrances help us align the mind with how things truly are. They ask us not, can I avoid this? We have a whole world of trying to avoid these 5 remembrances. I was at my brother's over the holidays, and they have TV. And I was reminded when that TV was on how hard our society works at getting us to not see these 5 remembrances. You need this. This will help you look younger. Get your hair colored. Go to the gym. Sign up with this trainer. Not that that's not good. It's what we do with them, how we are with them. He did not say, you might grow old, the Buddha. He said, you are of the nature to grow old. What are you doing to be with that? This reflection softens our conceit, the subtle belief that I am exempt. I am exempt from this situation. It also softens impermanence, both with ourselves and with others. Aging teaches us to value qualities that do not age: kindness, integrity, mindfulness, and wisdom. And it introduces urgency without panic. The quiet knowing that time is limited and therefore precious. Time is limited and therefore precious. I am of the nature to grow old. There is no way to escape growing old. I am of the nature to have ill health. There is no way to escape having ill health. I am of the nature to die. There is no way to escape death. All that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature to change. There is no way to escape being separated from them. My actions are my only true belongings. I cannot escape the consequences of my actions. My actions are the ground upon which I stand. I am of the nature to grow old. I am of the nature to become ill. Illness humbles us. It shows us how little control we have over our body. No matter what you do, stuff happens. Even those who practice diligently become sick. Venerable often talked about Upajjhatthana and how he did everything with his food and his practices, and still he became ill and he died. This remembrance in particular that we will become ill is really about distinguishing between physical pain and mental resistance. Now you all know I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 surgeries in the last 3 years, including pneumonia last February. And it wasn't until then, with that illness, that I understood it was something like I've never experienced before, even with those surgeries. The challenges of breathing, feeling so terrible. But I really was able to just acknowledge that, but look beyond it. Be beyond it. For hours I couldn't read, in days actually. I laid in my bed, which is behind this wall, and on the other side of this wall is a whole wall of stone like outside. And all I could do was look at the stones. It was marvelous. They're beautiful. Different designs, different shapes. Some kind of protruded out. Some were flat. Now I've seen that wall many, many times. Waking up in the morning, going to bed at night. Never have I ever seen that wall like I saw it when I was that sick. I had great support from many of you, and especially the monastery And I remember right after, I think it was Dharma or practice or something, Pusita walked in. I think it was after Dharma. And I looked at her, and everything was kind of blurry. I just said, Pusita, I'm really sick. As if that was a surprise, but it was, wow. Never have I ever felt like that. Now, I didn't know. I was not thinking I'm going to die. Felt like I might, but I wasn't thinking I was going to. But I was noticing the shift and the change during that time. I would sleep hours and then wake up and look at the wall. I am of the nature to become ill. There's no way to escape ill health. What do you do with it when you're not well? When it's chronic or acute? When it's not going to go away? How are you experiencing it? And of course, we have the arrows. The first arrow is going to be that injury or that illness. The second arrow is what we do with it. How many times do you fling that second arrow at yourself? In your mind, especially. When I was in the chaplaincy, I was aware with Roshi Joan, who was the director of the Buddhist chaplaincy program, and she said, I know I've shared this, that pain is inevitable. Suffering is a story we weave around the pain. The second arrow. We can train ourselves not to have that second arrow pointed at us or anybody else. Illness becomes an invitation for compassion. Compassion for the body, and compassion for those who might be feeling similarly. Compassion for ourselves, so that we might be compassionate for others. The third remembrance is death. I'm of the nature to die. There is no way to escape death. The Buddha taught that death is certain, while the time of death is uncertain. This contemplation cuts through procrastination and heedlessness, or it can, if we are with it. It encourages diligence, which the Buddha called the path to the deathless. Remembering death clarifies what is worth cultivating and what can be released. The fourth remembrance is separation. All that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature to change. There is no way to escape being separated from those things, people. This may be the most tender remembrance. We love, and because we love, we lose. The Buddha did not ask us to stop caring. He asked us to care without clinging. And as we experience our passing of our teacher, whether you've known her for a year or many years, most of us find ourselves clinging. Not yet. Not yet. I'm not ready. Oh my God, I just wallowed away all the opportunities with her. Clinging. This remembrance transforms attachment to appreciation. Love becomes spacious, not fearful. It allows us to say, this is precious, because it will not last, whatever this is. The fifth remembrance is considered karma. My actions are my only true belongings. I cannot escape the consequence of my actions. My actions are the ground upon which I stand. That's us. That's you. That's me. My actions are my only true belongings. Truly the thing that we have any sort of control. This remembrance returns us to our agency. We can't control aging. We can't control illness. We can't control death. But we can choose how we meet them. Every moment of intention matters. Whether we jump up and blast through the day, or we give ourselves those moments to stop, not just once or twice, but throughout the day. I call it take a temperature reading. Check in with yourself. Every moment of intention matters. To yourself, mostly, but to others also. Liberation, freedom, begins not by changing the world, but by changing how we respond to it. If you listen to the news, read the paper, watch TV, pay attention to how you're responding. If someone says or does something to you that ignites the fire, that isn't helpful to you, pay attention. Where do you notice that? So I'm going to ask you to do something today. If you have a pencil, please get it out. If you don't, we'll give you one. If you don't have a writing utensil, just ask Reba or Dina, and she's got something for you. So I'm going to have you write these down, so there'll be no excuse.
Well, we might still come up with an excuse.
Yeah, of course you will. But there is no excuse. You can come up with one. But... So these are the 5 remembrances. I am of the nature to grow old.
Say it again.
I am of the nature to grow old. There is no way to escape growing old. Two, I am of the nature to have ill health. There is no way to escape having ill health. I am of the nature to die.
Step back.
Oh.
I am of the nature, the first.
I am
and
the,
second.
the
second
first,
one,
the
please.
second was I'm of the nature to have ill health. So they're pretty much patterning one after the other. We just changed the topic. I'm of the nature to have ill health. There is no way to escape having ill health. I'm of the nature to die. There is no way to escape death. All that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature to change. There is no way to escape being separated from them. I'll say that again. All that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature to change. There is no way to escape being separated from them. My actions are my only true belongings. My actions are my only true belongings. My actions are the ground upon which I stand. My actions are my only true belongings. I cannot escape the consequences of my actions. My actions are the ground upon which I stand. So I'm going to ask for you, I'm asking for a couple of volunteers to read it out loud. Who would be willing to do that? Thanks.
I will grow old. There is no way to escape. I will have ill health. There is no way to escape. I am of the nature to die. There is no way to escape death. Everyone and everything that I love are of the nature to change. My actions are my only true belongings, and their consequences are all that I have.
Thank you, Joe. Somebody else?
I am of the nature to grow old. There is no way to escape growing old. I am of the nature to have ill health. There is no way to escape having ill health. I am of the nature to die. There is no way to escape death. All that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature to change. There is no way to escape being separated from them. My actions are my only true belongings. My actions are the ground upon which I stand. I cannot escape the consequences of my actions.
Thank you, Nancy. So I would like all of us now to read it out loud together. I am of the nature to grow old. There is no way to escape growing old. I am of the nature to have ill health. There is no way to escape having ill health. I am of the nature to die. There is no way to escape death. All that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature to change. There is no way to escape being separated from them. My actions are my only true belongings. I cannot escape the consequences of my actions. My actions are the ground upon which I stand.
May I, Soma?
Mm.
I will age, I will grow old. I will get sick, fall ill and cold. I will meet my final death, I will die. And I will part from all that's dear to me in this life. My actions are my only true home, and everything that I do, it's the only thing I own. My actions are my only true home, and everything that I do, it's the only thing I own.
So we have sickness, old age, death, and then we have these last two. All that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature to change. This is impermanence. Everything is going to change. Nothing is ever going to be as I want it to be, as I need it to be, as I think it should be. I can't keep the perfect thing. I can't keep anything. I'm going to ask us to sit and contemplate these 5 until the bell rings. His voice, yeah.
So this is a teaching that I've been reading since Thanksgiving. That's been really helpful. It's been on, just the correct practice and stages of meditation. I hadn't read it in about like a week,
Can they hear?
maybe.
Maybe,
Speak a little
yeah.
A little louder. And I hadn't read it in about a week, and of course, the day after we saw Venerable on Sunday, the part that was next to read was about parting from your teacher. So we'd like to share what it says. All forms of striving for the good, such as meditating, have to go against the grain of the defilements. All of the great meditation masters, before becoming famous and revered by the world, survived death through great efforts. If this were easy work, how could we say they survived death? It's a different way to look at it. It had to be heavy work that required that they exert themselves to the utmost. Most of these masters have since passed away. Only a few are left. We hope to depend on them, but their bodies are in Legion. We can depend on them only for a period, only for a time, and then we are parted, as we have seen at present. So we should try to take their teachings inward, as our masters, always teaching us inside. Whatever they have taught, we should take inward and put into practice. This way, we can be said to be staying with our teachers at all times, just as if we were to be with the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, everywhere and always. Our own practice is the primary mainstay on which we can rely with assurance. Depending on a teacher isn't certain or sure. We are bound to be parted. If he doesn't leave, we leave. If he doesn't go, we go. Because he and we all live in the same world of inconstancy. There is no difference among us. What we can hold to, though, are the basic principles of his teaching. We hold to them and earnestly put them into practice, so as to see the results, so as to seize victory within the heart. I'll read that last part.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
A little louder.
What we can hold to, though, are the basic principles of his teaching. We hold to them and earnestly put them into practice, so as to see the results, so as to seize victory within the heart.
Thank you.
First time I heard that, when Kedar read it, it settled me. It allowed me to be more present. So these 5 I offer to you in the next day, the next week, the next month, year, until your last breath, whenever that might be. You don't know when. Again, I say Venerable has given us everything that she had to give, and it was enormous. And not just the reading teachings, but the teachings through her life. And as she starts to wind down, whatever that might look like, however long that might take, that is the gift we have from our teacher. Life and death are of supreme importance Time passes quickly. Opportunities are lost. Take heed. Do not squander your life. I'll give a dedication of merit to these 5 remembrances. By the recollection of these 5 remembrances, that I am subject to aging and have not gone beyond aging, that I am subject to illness and have not gone beyond illness, that I am subject to death and have not gone beyond death, that all that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature to change and be separated, that I am the owner of my actions, heir to my actions, born of my actions, and whatever actions I do, for good or for ill, of those I shall be the heir. May whatever clarity, humility, and resolve has arisen through this contemplation be shared outward without limit. May this merit support the deepening of wisdom and compassion in all beings. May it help us meet aging, illness, and death, not with fear, but with understanding, patience, and a heart free of clinging. May those who are suffering, known and unknown, be supported by this merit toward ease, safety, and liberation. May those who have passed on receive the fruits of wholesome actions and move towards peace. Through this reflection on impermanence and responsibility, may we be encouraged to live fully, to act with kindness, to speak truthfully, and to walk the path that leads beyond suffering to the very end of this life.